Hello squirrels! So we are moving on today in maths to multiply 4 digits by 2 digits. Okay, so we're going into the thousands column as well now. So what I will say is if you are struggling with this method, then I would suggest not moving on to doing the 4 digits. Okay, so if you would prefer to keep doing 2 digits multiplied by 2 digits, keep doing that, okay? Ignore the extra 2 digits that we are putting on today. If you were managing to do 3 digits multiplied by 2 digits, carry on doing that, okay? So whichever is easiest for you. However, if you are ready to move on, then we will do this together with 4 digits, okay? But whatever you are choosing to do, please continue to watch this video because you can at least do the same multiplications that we're doing, but just not doing the extra part, the extra digits that you're choosing not to do. Okay, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Okay, so let's have a look at our date and learning objective first. So if you want to pause the video to write them down, please do. So our learning objective is to be able to multiply 4 digits by 2 digits using the formal written method of long multiplication. Okay, so exactly what we've been doing, but now 4 digits. So we place our place value, we place our numbers in our place value columns first, obviously. In fact, let me go along with this. Okay, then we multiply the ones column of the bottom number by the ones column in the top number. Always regroup if we need to by circling that regrouped number. Okay, then we have to multiply the ones column of the bottom number by the tens in the top number. Okay, add on the regrouping when necessary. Next part, I can repeat the process for the thousands and the hundreds column, depending on what you're doing today, okay? But for some of us, we're going to go up to the thousands column today. Okay, next part, then you can put your placeholder below the first answer, okay? So you start multiplying everything by the ones, and that goes in your first row. Then the next one, you need your placeholder before you start, okay? Because you are then multiplying by 10, okay? So that placeholder is so important, which is why I need a smiley face. Don't forget that. Last part. I can multiply the tens column of the bottom number, each number of the top number, and repeat the same process as above. Okay, so we multiply everything by the ones, and then we multiply everything by the tens column. All right, let's give it a go then. So I've got one teaching slide where I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we have 2 teacher-leds to do together, and then you'll have your paired and then independent work. All right. So first teaching slide. So we are doing 2,130 multiplied by 21. So if you are going back to doing multiplying by 3 digits, ignore that too. If you're multiplying by 2 digits, ignore that one. Okay, that's how you're going to do it. However, for those of you that are doing 4 with me, please stick with me for the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to write out the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is multiply everything by this 1. Okay, the 1 in our ones column. So that means that we're going to be doing 1 multiplied by 2,130. That's the multiplication we are working with first on this line, okay? So first we do 1 multiplied by 0. 1 times 0, or anything times 0, is 0. Let's write that in. Now we're doing 1 multiplied by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Can you see a pattern here? Now we're doing 1 multiplied by 1. And then we do 1 multiplied by 2. So our first part of the answer is exactly the same as that top number because we've multiplied that number by 1, okay? We probably didn't even need to work that out. We could see that from here, doing 1 multiplied by 2,130. We know that that's going to be 2,130, don't we? Okay, right, next part. I'm just going to rub those arrows out. Next part is multiplying everything by this number, which is our 20, because it's a 2 in the tens column. Okay, so we are multiplying 20 by 2,130. Okay, that's the process. So because we are now in our tens column, that is so important that we put a smiley face, our placeholder. Okay, that's what needs to go in there. So we can now, because we've got that placeholder, we don't have to keep saying that we're multiplying by 20. We know we're multiplying by 20 really, but what we're going to be doing is actually just multiplying by 2, just to make it so much easier. Now we've got that placeholder, we don't need to think about it. We're just going to multiply by 2, okay? So first we're going to do 2 multiplied by 0, which is 0. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so there is our number. Wow, we haven't even had to do any regrouping. Oh, I made that easy for myself, didn't I? So let's add them together now. So in our ones column, we've got 2 zeros, so our answer is 0. In the tens column, we're doing 3, add 0, 3. In the hundreds column, we've got 1, add 6, 7. In the thousands column, 2, come on, silly pen, 2, add 2, which is 4. We need to remember we're adding, okay? Don't multiply in this point. And the last column, we've just got the 4, okay? So our answer is 130 times 21 equals 44,000. Oh, let me write that correctly. Let's cross. 44,730. Okay, there we are. There is our answer. All right, let's move on to teacher led. So if you are doing this with me, please write out this number. Choose how you write this number though. Are you ignoring that 1? Are you ignoring that 9? Or are you having all 4 numbers on the top row? Write down what you need to. Or if you want to, challenge yourself and give it a go using those 4 digits. Why don't you try it? Okay, so I'm going to do the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, okay, to help us on the top. So the first thing we are doing is 3 multiplied by 1,947. Okay, so to begin, we are doing 3 multiplied by 7, the ones column multiplied by the ones column, okay? 3 times 7 is 21, so I'll put my 1 in there, regroup the 2, 21. Now we're doing 3 multiplied by 4, okay? 3 times 4, 4, 8, 12. Add that regroup 2, it makes it 14. So I'll write my 4 in there and regroup my 1. Okay, next we are doing 3 multiplied by 9. Okay, 3 times 9. Oh, let's get our fingers out, do our little trick. 3, so we've got 27. 27. Oh, sorry, I feel like you're shouting at me. Well, you should be. What have I done wrong? What do you think? Can you see? What have I just done wrong? So it is 27, but I need to add that regrouping, don't I? I completely forgot. So 27 add 1 is 28, okay? So we put our 8 in there, and then we regroup in that too. Oops. I'm sure you don't make silly mistakes like me though. So now we are doing 3 multiplied by 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Add that regroup 2. I'm not going to forget this time. It's 5. Okay. Right. I'm going to cross out these now just because there's quite a few regroupings there and they're just going to get in my way. Next part. We're doing 10. This is our 10 in our tens column. So we're doing 10 times 1,947. Now looking at this, I think we could do 10 times 1,947. without going through the process of doing 10 times 7, 10 times more, 10 times 9. We don't need to do that. I think we know the answer to 10 times 1947. That's such a hard number to keep saying like that. I think we know the answer. Do you? If you think you do, write it in. Then I'm going to show you. Have you written it down? What do you think it is? Okay, let's write it in the columns. So, if we are multiplying 10 by 1947, we move it one place to the left. Okay, so that means the answer is, yeah, you see? So that's 19,470. So we could write that in our place value columns. To make it easier, I'm going to start from the 0. And can you see, that's where we'd usually put our place value holder anyway, isn't it? So then there's the 7 next, the 4 in the hundreds column, and then it's the 19,000. Okay? That makes things a little bit quicker, isn't it? So if you ever have one where you have to times by 10, you can probably just do it by yourself. Okay, so let's add these together now. I've put my addition sign in, don't forget that. So we're doing 1, add 0, 1. 4, add, oh, that's a rubbish looking 7. 4, add 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Regroup that one. 8, add 4 is 12. Add the regrouped 1, 13. 9, add 5, add 1. So 9, add 1 would make 10. Add the 5, 15. And then we've got 1 in that last column. Add the regrouped 1. So that gives us 2,500. No. 25,311. Okay. Wonderful. Now, one way that I think would be really good is to check your answers, okay? If you were really good at the grid method and you really liked doing that, to check your column multiplication answer, use the grid method now, okay? So you could do this exact same sum, but using the grid method, okay? Now, I'm going to just write what our answer is. I haven't got much space on my page now. So what we did was 1,947 multiplied by 13 equals 25,311. Okay, wonderful. Let's move on then to our next teacher led. Okay, so pause now so that you can write this out yourselves. Okay, I'm going to put the place value columns, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. All right, so hopefully you know that first thing we are doing is multiplying everything by this 4. So that means we are doing 4 multiplied by 1,173. Okay, so to begin with, we will do 4 multiplied by 3. Okay, we always go straight up to the ones column above. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so we're putting the 2 in and regrouping the 1. Now we're doing 4 times 7. We're going up to the tens column. Okay, 4 times 7 is 28. Add that regrouped 1, 29. Regroup the 2. Okay, now we are doing 4 multiplied by 1 in the hundreds column. 4 times 1 is 4. Add on that regroup 2. We've got 6. Okay, and then we're doing 4 multiplied by 1 again, aren't we? Which is 4. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Oh. So now we are doing 20, which is here. Okay, 20 multiplied by 1,173. So because we are multiplying by 20 in the tens column, we need that placeholder. Put your 0 in. Okay, I'm just going to go back and get rid of those regroup numbers, just so we remember that we've dealt with them now. Okay, so let's begin. So we are doing 2 times 3, 20 times 3. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6. Let's write that in. Then we're doing 2 times 7, which is just above in the tens column. 2 times 7, 14. So I'm going to write the 4 and regroup the 1. Now we're going to look at doing 2 multiplied by 1 in the hundreds column. 2 times 1 is 2. Add that 1, 3. And the last part, 2 times 1 in the thousands column, which is 2. Okay, wonderful. Let's add these together. Cross out that regrouped 1. And let's see what our answer is. So we're doing 2, add 0, 2. 9, add 6, 9, 10, 12, 15. Regroup the 1. Then we're doing 6, add 4, which is 10. Add another 1, 11. Regroup the 1. Now we're in the thousands column. We're doing 4, add 3, add 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the last column in the tens of thousands is just that 2. So there is our answer. So we have done 1,173 multiplied by 20, I don't know what we're doing then, 24 equals 28,152. Okay, very good. So, now you've got your paired work to do. Okay, so again, if you aren't doing multiplying by 4 digits and you are choosing to do 3 or 2, then obviously cross off the numbers and don't write all of them out. Okay, otherwise you've got these 2 paired work questions. You will find the answers to these on the slides that I have uploaded for you. Okay, and then you've got some paired work to be doing after that. Okay, so please upload your work so that I know how you are getting on with this. Okay, it's so important. We can do some more maths help groups if you are needing that. So please let us know if you'll be going along to that. They will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. So let us know if that would be helpful to you. Okay, but please upload your work so I can actually see where we can help you. All right, so important. And then I'll see you tomorrow where we will continue with this again. Okay?